Awake again at 3 a.m., drained and frustrated by another bathroom run. What feels routine may quietly reflect deeper imbalances that chip away at your sleep and health. I'll show you clear, natural steps to stop it, safely and effectively. Have you ever wondered why, no matter how tired you are, your sleep keeps getting interrupted by the need to urinate? It might seem like a small inconvenience at first, but when waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. becomes part of your nightly routine, the consequences go far beyond a little lost sleep. This is more than just a full bladder. It's a signal, a warning that something deeper may be going on in your body. This condition has a name: nocturia. And while many believe it's simply a part of aging or a side effect of drinking too much water before bed, the truth is much more complex and far more important to understand. Because when nocturia becomes frequent, your body is not just losing rest. It's losing its ability to repair, regenerate, and function optimally. Sleep is not just rest. It's when your brain processes memories, your heart rate lowers, your immune system strengthens, and your hormones rebalance. But when you're waking up multiple times to urinate, you're disrupting these critical processes. Over time, that disruption can snowball into more serious issues, such as chronic fatigue, weakened immunity, elevated stress hormones, and even metabolic imbalances. And here's something few people know. Nocturia isn't always caused by the bladder itself. In many cases, it's a symptom of a different system in distress, something deeper, something hidden. It could be your heart, your kidneys, even your nervous system. That's why treating only the surface-level symptom often leads to little or no long-term relief. What you need is to understand the root cause. I want you to stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to show you how to identify and naturally address the hidden triggers of nocturia. More than that, I'm going to reveal a powerful yet simple technique that most people don't know about. A method that helps your body respond better to treatment and enhances every natural solution you try. It's a bonus tip I'll share at the very end. And trust me, missing it could mean continuing to suffer when the answer is right in front of you. But before we get to the natural solutions, you need to understand what's really happening in your body when nocturia strikes. Because unless you address this core issue, no herbal tea, no supplement, and no breathing technique will bring you lasting relief. And since we're talking about your health, it's crucial to follow every step with precision. A mistake in dosage or timing can reduce the effectiveness of the solution or even trigger new problems. That's why I'm asking you to pay close attention. Let me share something that might surprise you. Recent studies from sleep clinics in the United States show that over 60% of people over the age of 50 experience nocturia. But age alone doesn't explain this surge. Researchers have discovered that people in their 30s and 40s, particularly those with stressful lifestyles, are increasingly reporting nocturnal urination. What's causing this shift? Our habits, our diet, and how we manage stress and hydration throughout the day. Still, there's a deeper story hidden beneath these statistics, and it has to do with something that many people never connect to their nighttime bathroom visits: the way their body handles fluid retention during the day. When you stand and walk all day, gravity pulls fluid into your lower legs. But when you lie down at night, that fluid gets redistributed into your bloodstream. Your kidneys, receiving more blood flow, interpret it as excess volume and trigger urination. Now imagine if your body is already retaining too much fluid due to a high-sodium diet, circulatory issues, or hidden inflammation. That redistribution at night becomes more dramatic, and your kidneys go into overdrive. The result? Frequent urination that pulls you out of deep sleep, again and again. This is why we need to stop thinking of nocturia as a simple bladder problem. In reality, it can be a sign of poor fluid balance, early cardiovascular strain, or even nervous system dysregulation. And that's just the beginning. Because once you understand the full picture, you can finally start addressing the real problem with natural, effective, and long-lasting tools. So take a deep breath. You're about to learn the true causes behind your nighttime awakenings, and more importantly, you'll discover how to stop them naturally, with methods that are both simple and safe when done correctly. But here's the key. The next tip you're about to learn is one of the most important. Ignoring it might not just limit your results, It could lead to serious consequences over time if left unchecked. So stay with me. Nocturia often begins with the urge to urinate. But the real story starts much earlier, in systems you might never suspect. If you've been thinking that the root cause lies in your bladder alone, it's time to look deeper, at the heart, the kidneys, and even your brain. Because nocturia, in many cases, is just a symptom of a larger imbalance within your body. Let's start with the heart. When the heart struggles to pump efficiently during the day, fluid tends to accumulate in the lower extremities. This often goes unnoticed. Your legs might feel a bit heavy, or your socks may leave deeper marks than usual. It might seem harmless, but at night when you lie down, that same fluid returns to the circulatory system. The kidneys receive this influx and mistake it for excess volume. Their response? They go to work, pulling that fluid out and filling your bladder. That process is natural, but when it happens excessively, night after night, it can rob your body of the deep, healing sleep it needs. And more importantly, it might be hinting at early-stage cardiovascular stress. That's why understanding nocturia is not just about sleep. It's about the silent messages your body is sending you. Now let's consider your kidneys. These vital organs are responsible for filtering waste and maintaining the body's delicate fluid balance. When they're overwhelmed, whether due to dehydration, high sodium intake, or underlying disease, they can misread signals and increase nighttime urine production. Some people assume drinking less water will solve the problem, but in reality, insufficient hydration during the day can actually make nocturia worse. Your body needs proper water intake, but it needs it at the right time. Drinking too much fluid in the evening forces the kidneys to work overtime while you sleep, but not drinking enough throughout the day creates its own problems, as your body tries to catch up at night. This imbalance can create a cycle that disrupts sleep and stresses your system. The key lies in timing and moderation, spreading water intake during the day and tapering off in the early evening. But here comes a surprising player: your brain. More specifically, your brain's production of a hormone called vasopressin. Vasopressin acts as an antidiuretic. It tells your kidneys, hey, slow down on urine production. We're trying to sleep. As we age, or when we live under chronic stress, the brain may produce less vasopressin, leading to increased urine production at night. Think about your lifestyle. Are you under high levels of stress? Do you use screens late at night, exposing your eyes to bright, artificial light? Both of these factors interfere with your brain's natural rhythm and hormone production. Blue light suppresses melatonin, but it also affects vasopressin indirectly by disrupting your circadian clock. That means your body might be biologically confused, producing urine as if it were still day. So what does this mean for you? It means that restoring natural sleep patterns, managing stress, and creating a dark, screen-free environment in the hour before bed can support your brain in rebalancing hormone production. Simple adjustments like dimming the lights, avoiding late-night emails, or reading a book under warm lighting can begin to reset your system. And remember those dietary habits we touched on earlier? A typical Western diet, high in sodium and processed foods, exacerbates fluid retention and puts more strain on both the heart and kidneys. It's not just about what you eat, but when and how. Having a heavy, salty dinner late in the evening pushes your body into overdrive overnight. Replacing that with a lighter meal rich in leafy greens, lean protein, and potassium-rich vegetables can make a significant difference. This is why people who switch to balanced evening meals and mindful hydration often report dramatic improvement in their nocturia symptoms. Not because they're drinking less water, but because they're finally listening to what their body needs at the right time. Let this be your wake-up call. The next time you wake up at 3 a.m., ask yourself, is this really just about my bladder? Or is it my heart, my kidneys, my brain? Your body is trying to restore balance. It's not failing, it's signaling. By understanding how these systems work together, you unlock a whole new level of control over your sleep and well-being. And when these natural systems are respected and supported, they often return the favor with resilience and repair. But we're not done yet. There's a natural solution that addresses one of the most overlooked causes of nocturia. And if you skip it, you may continue to treat symptoms without ever touching the root. Worse yet, ignoring it could cause more problems down the line. That's why the next tip is not just valuable, it's essential. Now that you understand how your heart, kidneys, and brain may be behind those nightly awakenings, it's time to look at something even more immediate and controllable: your evening routine. Specifically, what you eat and drink in the final hours before bed. This is where most people make innocent, everyday mistakes that quietly disrupt their sleep and increase the frequency of nocturia. Let's begin with one of the most common habits in North America: the heavy, late-night dinner. After a long day, it's easy to fall into the pattern of eating a large, comforting meal: pasta, steak, processed snacks, or takeout. But here's the problem. Most of these meals are packed with sodium. That excess salt leads to fluid retention, especially when consumed close to bedtime. During the day, your body holds on to this fluid to maintain balance. But once you lie down, gravity is no longer keeping that fluid in your lower limbs. It returns to your bloodstream, and your kidneys are suddenly flooded with what they interpret as excess fluid. The result? A full bladder that wakes you up just as you're entering deep, restorative sleep. But sodium isn't the only villain. Hidden sugars play a major role as well. Many common foods, even those that don't taste sweet, contain added sugars that spike blood sugar levels. Your body responds with increased insulin, which influences how your kidneys handle fluids. When insulin spikes, so does sodium retention. That means more water gets pulled into your tissues, then released all at once when you rest. And let's not forget alcohol. A glass of wine or a beer in the evening may feel relaxing, but alcohol is a diuretic. It signals your kidneys to release water, even when your body doesn't need to. That effect can last several hours, meaning your bladder stays active long after you've gone to sleep. Now imagine combining all three: a salty dinner, hidden sugars in your sauce or bread, and a drink to unwind. These may seem like normal parts of modern life, but together they form the perfect storm for nocturia. And because these choices happen at the end of the day, they interfere with your body's most important opportunity to heal: nighttime sleep. To change this, we need to shift how we think about dinner. Try making your largest meal earlier in the day, when your digestion and metabolism are more active. In the evening, opt for lighter, nutrient-dense foods that support fluid balance. Think steamed vegetables, lean proteins, legumes, and foods rich in potassium like spinach, sweet potatoes, or avocado. Potassium helps counteract sodium and supports kidney health. Also, pay close attention to how you hydrate. Many people try to catch up on water at night, especially if they drank very little during the day. But flooding your system with water after 7 or 8 p.m. often leads to interrupted sleep. Instead, build a hydration routine throughout the day. Start with water in the morning, sip steadily, and gradually reduce your intake as the evening approaches. This simple change can dramatically reduce the burden on your kidneys at night. It's not about drinking less, but drinking smarter. Give your body time to process fluids before sleep, and your bladder won't need to interrupt your rest. And here's a little-known but crucial tip: caffeine hides in more places than coffee. Chocolate, teas, and even some pain medications contain caffeine. Consuming any of these in the evening can stimulate not only your mind, but your kidneys too, increasing the likelihood of nighttime urination. Make it a habit to check labels and become more aware of what enters your body after sunset. Let's be clear, you don't need to give up your favorite foods entirely. But being intentional about timing, portion size, and ingredient quality can transform your sleep. People often underestimate how quickly the body responds to these changes. Within days of switching to a lighter, balanced dinner and a steady hydration routine, many experience deeper, uninterrupted sleep for the first time in years. This is your chance to take control. Start by adjusting your dinner habits. Choose ingredients that nourish and calm. Create a gap between your last bite and your bedtime. Give your body the space to settle into rest, instead of fighting to regulate fluids. These are practical steps. They don't require expensive products or complex programs, just a commitment to understanding how your body works and respecting its natural rhythms. Because when you align your choices with your biology, everything starts to change. But there is one more piece of the puzzle that most people overlook completely, and it's not something you eat or drink. It's something your body is supposed to produce on its own. And when it doesn't, the cycle of nocturia not only continues, but worsens. The next tip will show you how to restore that natural balance, and skipping it could undo all the progress you've made so far. Don't miss it. You may be doing everything right, eating lighter dinners, managing your hydration, even cutting out alcohol and caffeine. And yet, you still find yourself waking up once, twice, sometimes more during the night. It can feel confusing and frustrating. But there's one powerful internal system that might still be out of sync, and most people have never even heard of it. It's controlled by a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone, produced by the brain, plays a critical role in your body's water balance. Its main job is to tell the kidneys to hold on to water, especially at night. In a healthy system, vasopressin levels rise in the evening, naturally reducing urine production so you can sleep through the night without interruption. But if your vasopressin cycle is disrupted, your kidneys don't get the message. They keep producing urine at the same rate as during the day. And that means you're more likely to wake up with a full bladder, regardless of how well you ate or how early you stopped drinking water. So what interferes with vasopressin production? Surprisingly, it's not always age, it's lifestyle. Stress, irregular sleep patterns, and exposure to artificial light in the evening are some of the biggest disruptors. And in today's digital world, many people are unknowingly interfering with their body's natural hormone cycles every single night. Here's how it works. Your brain uses light as a signal to regulate the timing of hormones. Sunlight during the day tells your body to stay alert and active. Darkness at night tells your body to wind down and prepare for rest. But when you expose your eyes to bright screens, LED lights, or overhead lighting after sunset, your brain becomes confused. It delays the release of melatonin and vasopressin, and your body continues behaving as if it were daytime. The result? Disrupted sleep, increased urine production, and that all-too-familiar middle-of-the-night trip to the bathroom. The good news is that you can begin to restore this rhythm naturally, and you don't need any pills or supplements to do it. All it takes is the right environment, at the right time. Start by dimming the lights in your home 1 hour before bed. Use lamps instead of overhead lighting. Switch to warm, amber-colored bulbs that mimic sunset tones. Avoid screens as much as possible. That means TVs, smartphones, tablets, and computers. If you must use a device, install a blue light filter or wear blue light blocking glasses. These simple changes help your brain recognize that night has arrived. When that happens consistently, your body will begin producing melatonin and vasopressin at the right times, reducing nighttime urine production naturally. But there's more you can do to support your brain in this process. Mindfulness practices like gentle stretching, breathing exercises, or short guided meditations before bed can help reduce cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. When cortisol is elevated at night, it competes with melatonin and vasopressin, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. You can also support vasopressin production with sleep consistency. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day strengthens your circadian rhythm, making all of your hormonal processes more reliable, including the suppression of nighttime urination. Another powerful but often ignored tool? Temperature. Keeping your bedroom cool, ideally between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, sends a signal to your body that it's time for deep rest. A cooler room not only helps you fall asleep faster, but also supports deeper, more restorative sleep, during which vasopressin levels are at their peak. It may feel like a lot, but these are not extreme changes. They are natural reinforcements for systems your body is already trying to regulate. When you support your internal clock, your body responds. And suddenly, sleep becomes restful again. Waking up once in a while is normal, but if it's happening every night, there is a reason. And now you know that it might not be your bladder at all. It might be your light bulbs, your screen time, or your bedtime stress levels. The power to change that is in your hands. Take this seriously, because over time, disrupted hormone cycles can lead to more than just nighttime bathroom trips. They can affect your mood, your metabolism, and your overall resilience. By creating a consistent nighttime environment, you're doing far more than improving your sleep. You're helping your entire system operate in harmony. But we still haven't talked about two natural ingredients that can directly support the muscles involved in bladder control and relaxation. They work with your body, not against it, and most people have never even considered them. The next insight may be one of the most transformative of all, and overlooking it could mean missing out on a real turning point in your healing journey. Don't ignore what comes next. By now, it's clear that nocturia isn't caused by just one thing. It's a combination of hidden habits, subtle hormonal imbalances, and everyday routines that send your body the wrong signals. But the beauty of this discovery is that you can turn the tide naturally by working with your body, not against it. And some of the most powerful allies in this process aren't found in pharmaceuticals or complex protocols. They're found in nature. Today, we're going to explore two natural ingredients that have shown significant promise in supporting bladder health, reducing nighttime urination, and helping your body return to a more balanced rhythm. These aren't magic pills, and they don't override your body's signals. Instead, they support the structures and functions already present within you, and they do it gently, yet effectively. Let's begin with a simple seed, the pumpkin seed. This unassuming food has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and today, science is catching up. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, magnesium, and a unique group of plant compounds called phytosterols. These nutrients play a critical role in reducing inflammation, improving bladder tone, and even modulating hormone levels. One of the ways pumpkin seed extract works is by supporting the detrusor muscle, the muscle in your bladder wall that controls the release of urine. When this muscle is too active or irritable, it can trigger frequent urges to urinate. But when supported with nutrients like those found in pumpkin seeds, the muscle begins to function more normally. That means fewer signals sent to the brain in the middle of the night and a much better chance of uninterrupted sleep. Clinical trials in Europe have demonstrated that consistent use of pumpkin seed extract can reduce both daytime and nighttime urinary frequency, particularly in older adults. But here's the key: consistency and proper dosage. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a nutritional support system that works best when included as part of a daily wellness routine. For most people, this means adding a tablespoon of raw or lightly toasted pumpkin seeds into their evening meal, or using a standardized extract taken earlier in the day. Now, let's look at another natural powerhouse, Pycnogenol, also known as French maritime pine bark extract. This supplement might sound exotic, but its effects are grounded in strong clinical research. Pycnogenol is a potent antioxidant that enhances circulation, reduces inflammation, and supports endothelial function, all of which are critical for proper kidney filtration and bladder control. Better circulation means better nutrient delivery to your pelvic region and more efficient removal of waste through the kidneys and bladder. For individuals with nocturia, especially those related to vascular issues or fluid redistribution during the night, this can make a real difference. In one particular study, Pycnogenol supplementation over several weeks resulted in a significant reduction in nighttime urination and improved sleep quality in adults with mild circulatory issues. And unlike many medications, it didn't cause adverse effects or dependency. But again, the real value comes when you use these tools alongside the lifestyle strategies we've already covered. Balancing your fluid intake, optimizing your evening meals, reducing light exposure, and supporting your body's hormonal rhythms. The best approach isn't to rely on any one solution. It's to create synergy. Imagine this: your dinner is lighter, your room is darker, your stress is lower, and your body is receiving gentle support from targeted natural ingredients. Together, these small adjustments create a powerful system that helps your body heal and self-regulate. As with all natural remedies, the most important thing is to be patient and consistent. Your body didn't fall into imbalance overnight, and it won't restore itself in a single day. But when you commit to the process, when you treat your health as a long-term investment, the results often come faster than expected. Of course, as with any new food or supplement, it's important to observe how your body responds. If you're on medication or have existing health conditions, especially related to the kidneys, heart, or liver, consult a healthcare provider before starting a new supplement. Natural doesn't mean harmless. It means powerful in the right context. You now have real tools to reduce nocturia from the inside out. Not by masking symptoms, but by strengthening the organs and systems responsible for your body's fluid balance. This is your opportunity to create change that lasts. Still, we haven't reached the final and most crucial part of this journey. Because even with all these strategies in place, there is one final element that can make the difference between results that fade and results that last. And if you don't get this part right, all the progress you've made could stall. What comes next is not just a conclusion, it's the method that ties everything together. And doing it the wrong way may reduce or even reverse the benefits you've built so far. You don't want to miss this. Everything we've explored so far has led to this moment. We've uncovered how your heart, kidneys, brain, hormones, and even your evening routine all contribute to nocturia. You've learned how small, consistent changes in what you eat, when you hydrate, how you sleep, and even how you manage light exposure can bring profound results. And you've discovered how nature offers powerful support through ingredients like pumpkin seed and Pycnogenol. But now it's time for the final piece. This is where we bring it all together, where preparation meets intention. Because the truth is, even the best natural ingredients and lifestyle habits can be undermined if they're not used in the right way. And that's why today we're going to reveal the ritual that not only amplifies everything you've learned, but helps your body respond faster, more completely, and with long-term success. This ritual has 3 core components: timing, environment, and mindset. Let's start with timing. Your body loves rhythm. The more consistent your schedule, the more balanced your hormones, digestion, and detoxification become. That means choosing the same time each night to begin winding down. Aim for at least 90 minutes before your desired bedtime to start this routine. This is when you stop eating, reduce fluid intake, and begin to shift your nervous system into a state of calm. This is also the ideal time to take any natural ingredients you've incorporated into your regimen. If you're using pumpkin seed extract or Pycnogenol, follow the dosage instructions and take them earlier in the evening with your last light meal. This allows the body time to absorb and utilize these nutrients before the healing sleep cycle begins. Next comes the environment. You must create a space that signals safety and stillness. Your bedroom should be cool, dark, and quiet. Remove or cover any light sources, even tiny ones from chargers or devices. Keep electronics out of the room if possible. If that's not an option, switch them to airplane mode and keep them out of arm's reach. Use blackout curtains to block street lights or early morning sun. Consider using a white noise machine or fan if you live in a noisy area. And use a dim, warm light for your pre-sleep routine, ideally something amber-toned or candle-like. This reinforces your body's natural production of melatonin and vasopressin, helping regulate your sleep and urine cycles. The final and perhaps most overlooked piece is your mindset. If you go to bed anxious, scrolling your phone, or reviewing the day's problems, you activate your sympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that keeps you alert. That alone can disrupt hormone production and increase the likelihood of waking up. Instead, begin a nightly ritual that helps you transition into rest. This can be as simple as sitting quietly for 5 minutes, taking slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale through your mouth for 6. This pattern lowers your heart rate, quiets the mind, and prepares your body for deep, healing sleep. For many, a warm foot soak with Epsom salts before bed can also work wonders. The magnesium helps relax muscles, while the warm water soothes the nervous system. It's a gentle but powerful way to tell your body, it's time to let go. Now, with this full routine in place, you're not just fighting nocturia. You're transforming how your body sleeps, heals, and restores itself. The results may begin with fewer trips to the bathroom, but the true reward is something far greater: a return to deep, uninterrupted sleep, more energy during the day, better focus, and a sense of control over your health that many people believe is lost with age. And finally, the bonus tip I promised. One of the most underrated tools for bladder control is magnesium. When taken at the right time, in the right form, It supports smooth muscle relaxation throughout the body, including the bladder wall. The ideal form? Magnesium glycinate, or chelated magnesium. Take it 30 to 60 minutes before bed, after your last meal, to help calm the nervous system and improve bladder stability. This one addition can enhance everything you've done so far, particularly if you deal with restless legs, muscle cramps, or anxiety at night, all common issues linked to both poor sleep and nocturia. Let this be your new starting point, not just for managing symptoms, but for living better with more awareness, balance, and energy. Your health is not a mystery. It's a conversation. And now you have the tools to listen and respond with clarity. If this knowledge helped you, imagine how many others are still in the dark. Share this with someone you care about, like, comment, or subscribe, so we can continue bringing life-changing, practical insights to more people. Because when we understand the language of the body, we don't just survive, we thrive.